The great Zig Ziglar once said, "If you are not willing to learn, no one can help you. If you are determined to learn, no one can stop you." If you want to be successful in sales, you need to commit to becoming a lifelong learner and understanding that sales is a learned trade. No one is a born salesperson. You learn how to be a great salesperson by reading books, by attending as many seminars as you can go to, by utilizing your car as a rolling university and listening to audiobooks on the way to and on the way from work. Nobody becomes great without practice. Think about it for a second. What do the best athletes do? The best athletes in the world do on a consistent basis every day. They practice. They practice. How about a Broadway star? What does the Broadway star do on a daily basis? They do the same thing over and over and over again. They practice every single day. They learn what to say and how to say it, what to do and how to do it. And in order for you to be successful in selling anything or be successful in anything in life, not just sales, you need to commit to becoming a lifelong learner. You need to commit to learning this business called sales and practice and educate yourself daily. My career in the automotive business changed for me when in 1992, my first mentor, Art Bell, handed me a book. It was called Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Now, I never read books before, but Art told me to read this and really take it in and take it seriously. The book was written in 1937, and everything in it still applies to this day. In fact, if you haven't read Think and Grow Rich, then you need to read it, or at least listen to the audiobook to and from work every day until you finish. This book, like it did for me, can possibly change your life. In chapter 5 of the book, this chapter is all about specialized knowledge. It talks about the most successful people in the world at that time, the people who have amassed the most wealth in the entire world at that time, massive wealth. And they all had specialized knowledge in their field of business. Not just general knowledge, but more importantly, specialized knowledge. I realized at that time, after reading that paragraph, if I study the trade of sales, that I could be one of the greats. You see, the greatest people in any business aren't born. They're made. And you can become a great salesperson, but you must commit to becoming a lifelong learner. After reading that book, I committed to reading many other books that are specifically on the subject of sales, and because of my commitment to learning, I became a top salesperson very quickly, and I started getting promotions, and I worked my way up the corporate ladder to the highest levels of the dealership in a fairly short amount of time. And there's only one reason I feel that this happened, and it was because of my commitment to learning. I mean, it definitely wasn't because of my past. I mean, it wasn't because of my college or my past educational successes, that's for sure. I mean, I dropped out of high school. I had nothing going for myself before I got in the automotive business. However, after I made that commitment and I started to fill my mind with positive things every day, I started to fill my mind with knowledge on the subject of sales and leadership, that's when everything changed for me. And I know that you could do this as well. Our minds are exactly like computers. What you put in it is what will come out. If you put good stuff in your mind, then good stuff is going to come out. Okay, right there. Our minds, okay, ready?
3, 2, 1.
Our minds are exactly like computers. What you put in is what will come out. If you put good stuff in your mind, then good stuff will come in and good stuff will show up. I just read an article, and the title of the article is this: The Job Most Billionaires Had Before Becoming Filthy Rich. Can you guess what job that was? Sales. And they all learned how to become great salespeople. They were not born great salespeople, but they learned how to become great salespeople. On top of that, another recent study has just shown that 74% of Americans read only one book a year, and 24% have read 0 books in the past year. And let me assure you that in the profession of sales, The overwhelming majority of people who call themselves salespeople never study or read books on the very subject and business that feeds their family, called sales or selling techniques. Quite frankly, that's pathetic. Now think about it for a moment. How many books have you read on the profession of sales or about business in the past year? The truth is, I know that most of you right now, you're cringing, aren't you? It may hurt, but guess what? You can change that right now and commit to reading or listening to audiobooks today. Commit to watching our training videos or listening to our training audios daily. Commit to at least one book a month, and I promise you, you will see an immediate impact right away in your career and your income. Knowing now what you know, knowing now that upwards of 96% of all Americans read one book or less a year, how much more further ahead do you think you will be than your competition if you commit to learning every day? I will finish with this. If and only if you commit to becoming great, and you can only become great by practicing and educating yourself every day, if and only if you commit to learning every day, then you will double your income and your life will soar to heights you never thought possible.